Rwanda's economy continues to post impressive growth, but beyond the numbers is a bigger story of manufacturing, exports, and trade. We sat down with the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Chantal Tuyishimire, to understand what is driving that process and what challenges still remain.
Generally, the trade in the industry of Rwanda is growing. The whole economy has been growing for the past 2 years. Like in 2024, we grew by 8.9, and by 2025, we also grew by 9.4, which shows that the economy is growing. But when we mean economy, it doesn't start by only those numbers. It starts from what we are producing, what we are trading.
Manufacturing has become one of the sectors helping drive that economic growth.
So if you look at industry level, the contribution of industry also has been significantly increasing, and you know that our GDP base is currently comprised of agriculture, industry and services, and much of the focus and also the vision of the country is to make sure we increase the part of industry, but also influencing agriculture, of course, because you know it employs a lot of people in Rwanda. The fluctuation of industry has been between 22% to 24% in terms of contribution to overall GDP, and this is a very good progress because we are seeing it coming in from different sectors. It's actually not condensed to one sector, however it is from different sectors, and the bigger one is led by manufacturing. And if you go deep in manufacturing also, you see that some of the sectors like construction is also taking a bigger part of that portion. In terms of contribution, industry alone has contributed to 5 billion to the overall GDP, and imagine it means a lot for the growth.
Rwanda is also expanding where it sells its products.
In terms of trade as well, we have expanded partnership with different countries. The now export of Rwanda is not only limited to the traditional, but also expanded to non-traditional products, and which is where even other countries have come in. Our product base increased in terms of the diversification, but also the company that we are trading with. The current exports generally are being diversified as well. As I said, we have a bet on African continent, but also into Asia and other markets.
So do you think there is probably a single obstacle that could be preventing more Rwandans from exporting?
If you look at what was limiting our people mostly to export, it was other what we call non-tariff measures. Non-tariff measures, it means the standards you apply, the standards you request in terms of how they prepare, let's say for chili and let's say for other products, how you prepare the product before exporting. The standards you have to meet, which is have to be aligned with what they consume. So mostly the bigger challenge was those non-tariff measures.
Meeting international standards is only one part of the challenge.
The second one was logistic. And logistic, in a way to say, most of the products, like for horticulture, we're passing through air. And the cost before COVID was good, but when COVID came, the cost almost of the air almost tripled. So which was very hard for our people to keep sending products there. But now, because now the trade has resumed, now because there's no barrier in terms of taking the products there.
Trade also depends on reliable access to essential imports, including fuel.
Yes, as I informally informed you that the vessel is now in Tanga, as we have already 40,000 metric tons already on ground. So usually what happens when it comes, our fuel, the OMCs, those who trade fuel, the pumps, they make LCs, they make orders, and we give them LCs, like banks give them LCs, they make orders of how they have get those products from where it is. So what it will imply is that in few weeks, few days to come, you might see a change. So this is something we are introducing, which we are even going to replicate to different other products that we import, that have our bigger import space.
Beyond trade today, Rwanda is also investing in industries that could reduce imports and create more jobs in the years ahead.
Several major industry projects have been announced in the recent past. Which of these projects are closest to becoming operational? And what impact will they have on jobs, at least from your assessment?
The few projects that we might announce very soon, I think you probably heard of A1, which is going to become a bigger producer of steel and different other products.
Yes.
So that one we might launch very soon. I can assure you that everything is going well, and we are fully tracking on all the process. Where there might be some few challenges that we are working on in terms of making sure when it starts, it actually full comply with everything.
Government is also looking beyond steel as it works to reduce imports through local production.
You know, we already have like one company already which produce sugar, and we're trying to also look into other investors as well who can help us expand. So negotiations are ongoing, and we are in the last phase of negotiations. We are looking into how soonest we can actually have it running.
But attracting investors is only one part of the strategy.
And we are not only targeting the local market, it's even also exports. You remember our main role as Ministry of Trade is to increase exports and actually improve what we call domestic market recapture. For that, we want to make sure we sustain, and we have our good people, Rwandans, who knows all of these products, who can be exposed on different products that they are going to be producing for future purposes.
5 years from now, for example, what major trade or industrial milestone do you believe, in your own analysis, could define Rwanda's economic transformation?
Now we are looking into what we call future strategic drivers. It's connected. It's how do we prepare ourselves for being stable. Like, I know it's hard as a country because, you know, this like economic global crisis even affects the bigger countries, the massive ones. That is inevitable. But what we can be able to control and limit, it's possible.
As Rwanda pushes to grow manufacturing, expand exports, and strengthen economic resilience, the focus is increasingly shifting from raw production to value addition.
Then means in our future time, we are trying to see for the key main commodities our Rwandans always need, how can we build the long-term resilience.
The goal, according to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, is a more competitive, skilled, and self-reliant economy.
The future of Rwanda we are looking into, that is the one.
Wow.
Competent and manufacturing-led, skilled base. That is self-reliant.